We first started using the term DPU when it became clear to us 5 years ago that specialized silicon would be needed to address the tremendous increase in traffic inside data centers. So it is indeed gratifying to us to see other people using the term DPU to describe the third socket inside data centers after CPUs and GPUs. Fungible was founded in 2015 to revolutionize the performance, economics, reliability, and security of scale-out data centers. Let me begin by sharing some observations about scale-out data centers. Modern data centers use a scale-out architecture to leverage volume economics and to simplify deployment. While there are many advantages to the scale-out approach, there remain pervasive inefficiencies in compute, storage, and networking inside data centers. These inefficiencies mean that data centers are far more expensive to build and deploy than strictly necessary. At Fungible, we observed that the root causes of these inefficiencies lay in two places. The first was that node-to-node interactions inside a data center was very inefficient. The second source of inefficiency was that individual nodes were not capable of executing a certain class of important computations that we call data-centric efficiently. Examples of these data-centric computations are the network data path, the storage data path, the security data path, and the virtualization data path. In the last 5 years, the problem has gotten a lot worse because the proportion of data-centric computations has grown steadily and rapidly. Part of the reason for this is that network speeds and storage speeds have increased much faster than the ability of general-purpose CPUs to keep up. The other reason is that modern applications like machine learning and analytics make use of very large data sets which need to be sharded across many dozens to hundreds of machines, thereby requiring lots and lots of network traffic, which is east-west rather than north-south in the data center. So where does the Fungible DPU come in? The Fungible DPU acts as the data-centric hub inside every server in the data center to accomplish two things. The first thing it accomplishes is it connects different nodes inside a data center to each other much more efficiently than is possible today using true fabric. The second thing is, inside a node, the DPU is responsible for carrying out all data-centric computations much more efficiently than general-purpose CPUs or GPUs, which is why we refer to the DPU as the third socket. What it also does is it improves dramatically the reliability and the security of the infrastructure. In addition, it enables the infrastructure to be virtualized in such a way that it can now be composed across the entire data center. So let's now look at the two key innovations inside the Fungible DPU. The first innovation is that the DPU contains a fully programmable data path, which allows us to execute data-centric computations more than an order of magnitude more efficiently than any other engine, including CPUs and GPUs, while still retaining the agility that is normally associated with general-purpose processors. Now, the architecture of the Fungible DPU is, of course, different than the architecture of general-purpose CPUs or GPUs, because the Fungible DPU is focused on data-centric computations, which are inherently different than the computations that general-purpose CPUs do or the computations that GPUs are designed to do efficiently. We believe that the Fungible DPU has a unique combination of flexibility and performance. And this unique combination derives from the hard work that we've done in the last 4 years by co-designing the software and the hardware associated with the DPU with a tightly integrated team. This engine is programmed in a high-level language like C to execute multiple data paths concurrently. The second major innovation inside the DPU is a high-performance but very flexible network engine, one of whose responsibility is to implement the endpoint of a true fabric. But the second responsibility of the network engine is to provide the flexibility to allow many different protocols to be handled in a programmable way. Now, the true fabric implementation inside the network engine in the Fungible DPU provides a set of features which are absolutely critical to efficient node-to-node interactions. Some of these capabilities are full cross-sectional bandwidth across the entire data center, low latency, very low jitter, that is latency variation, end-to-end congestion control, and end-to-end error control. True Fabric also protects users' data by encrypting all DPU to DPU traffic by default. The True Fabric protocol is able to scale from all the way from a few racks to many thousands of racks. True Fabric is a fully open and standards compliant protocol. It runs on top of standard IP over Ethernet. And as such, it is able to operate with spine and leaf switches which are fully standards compliant while providing all of the attributes that we just listed. The low latency and high performance characteristics of True Fabric are the key enablers of hyper disaggregation in the data center. It also enables networks to operate more than 3 times more efficiently than today's standards-based IP over Ethernet networks. True Fabric solves the problem of efficient internode data exchange at very large scales fundamentally and for all time. This is one of the most important contributions Fungible has made to the industry. Now, one of the most important things to note is that the Fungible DPU and its design is done in such a way that DPUs can operate in brownfield situations. In other words, DPUs can be mixed with non-DPU based nodes freely. To conclude, solutions based on the Fungible DPU promise to improve the performance per unit power and space of hyperscale data centers by over a factor of 2. They also promise to improve the efficiency as measured by performance per unit power and space of enterprise data centers by over a factor of 8, because enterprise data centers generally operate at efficiencies which are a factor of 3 lower than hyperscale data centers. We think that this is a truly exciting time for our industry. Fungible has a set of unique products which we will launch over the next few months. Please stay tuned.